Welcome here, folks, to the TGH Iceplex North Rink in Brandon, Florida for Week 8's Game of the Week of the Over 50 Hockey League as the two of the three top teams battle here in our Game of the Week. The Red Army taking on the Green Hornets for their second meeting of the regular season. Hi, everybody. Angelo Pontello bringing you this broadcast action. Joining me, as always, Clyde Roberts. And Clyde, we look at quickly the standings, and for the first time ever in Over 50 Hockey history, three teams are ranked at 4 and 3 after 7 games, and the bottom three are all 3 and 4. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. It's anybody's competition. We say that in the past a lot, where it's anybody's given chance, but when you have the last place team only one game behind first place, it really is quite a shock of events, if you will. You know, very evenly matched in a matter of speaking, but you look at these teams and every one of them has had their fair share, but there hasn't really been a dominant team this season, and there are really no team that's a team to beat. Everybody is pretty much on the same playing field, especially after from what we've seen in the past couple of weeks. Well, you couldn't have mentioned that point any harder, Clyde. You know, the biggest thing for the Red Army as well, who are battling a 3-game skid after starting the season 4-0. What's it going to take, Clyde, for them to get back on track? Well, first off, you know, from what I see right now out there, there's about 9 players, and again, from what we had a chance to talk to Bob Leary about, this is a team that plays better when their full squad shows up. So I'm not exactly sure if we're going to have 3 more players showing up for the Red Army today or not. But even with 9 players, they have to start from somewhere. They have to counteract this adversarial point that they've had this season. And it really goes to show you that there is a lot of work from there and that needs to be done. Red Army, the first 4 games, started out with 20 goals scored and 7 goals allowed. Since then, they have only come up with 4 goals scored and 14 goals allowed on the season. A big turnaround of things. Well, it goes to hone on my point, Angelo. With the Red Army, it's a team that they need to get their act together very quickly, or in the next few weeks, you're going to start to see them as a team that's going to be scraping for just about anything to even get an appearance in the over 50 Cup playoffs. As for the Green Hornets, on the other hand, they've hit some adversary as well. Not as hard as the Red Army, as they still try to find their way on top of the standings. Well, even at 4 and 3 right now, Angelo, the Green Hornets still have a little bit of changes about them that we've noticed. You know, ever since Jim Hill suddenly had to be recalled back up to the north, you got Stewie Mickelson in net for them, and hopefully he will have a good game today. Mickelson making his appearance last week in the Winter 2020 campaign, only giving up 5 goals to the Blue Bombers against a struggling Red Army offense. What do we expect to see from Mickelson today? Well, you know, Stewie, he's a guy that has a lot of heart. And, you know, he's somebody who really doesn't give up a lot. You know, very team motivator, essentially. You know, somebody who wants to get involved in things just as much as the next person. But, you know, with the struggling Red Army offense, I fully expect to see Mickelson have a better game today and perhaps maybe even make some big-time saves. Well, with that, when we come back, Red Army and Green Hornets will face off here at the North Rink here on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Hampton Holland, Molly Pembroke, our officials for today's game. Keaton Clay, our scorekeeper in the box, going to feed us all the stats throughout the game. As the Green Hornets and Red Army face off, Green Hornets starting lineup, Chris Parris at left wing. At right wing is Tony Lugo. Back at defense is Kevin Reels and Mike Morey. Starting lineup for the Red Army, left wing Ken Buda, right wing Todd Duncan. At center is Bob Leary, defenseman back Angelo Pontello and Larry Cincato. Mike Morey regroups in the neutral zone off the feet of Reels, and here comes Ken Buda wide open on the left side, has a big chance, skates around and is denied by Mickelson. Well, that's what's going to be the big things we saw today here if they were going to have a shot, and Stewie Mickelson right there. First big save in the first minute of the game. That is how you want to start off defensively. Red Army winning the previous match earlier this season 5-2 against a team that was very well verse offensively. Now at the flip side, they have to try to counteract a Red Army team that again has been only scoring 4 goals in the past 3 weeks, and it's a big turnaround, but big saves like that for Mickelson is going to make it very difficult for this Red Army team to score. Well, we'll see how they do counteracting wise. You know, again, you look at the team leaders, and it's Captain Todd Duncan who leads the team with 5 goals, and then Bob Leary that has 4. But you look at Angelo Pontello as well, and he's someone that hasn't been able to score as much this season so far. Very limited with just the 3 goals and 4 assists. Shot wide high by Oliverios is taken back by sharpshooter McAvoy. Has a 2-on-1 advantage for the Green Hornets. Pass back to Levesque just off of his stick. Oh, and you got to have a little more control there on the puck if you're going to be looking to make big plays. And that time, McAvoy making a nice pass, and just unfortunate for Levesque not to get the finish. Duncan looking for options. He'll take the shot himself as it's knocked away. Second shot fired, bouncing off of Mickelson. Levesque trying to get this one cleared out. This is Nikita as he dumps it back in the Green Hornet end. This is back out to Vic, just out of his reach. Walker. Now back to Maury as he gets this one cleared out into the Red Army zone. 9:47 in the opening period. No score here at the TGH Iceplex North Rink. In our game of the week, both teams battling to avoid getting to 500 on the season. Red Army trying to break that 3-game skid in the process. But of course, when we look at how they've gotten to that 3-game skid, though, Clyde, last week was a fairly obvious point. Well, when you had some of your better players that were playing in that beer hockey championship tournament, and you only had 7 players, for what I saw, Angelo, against the Gold Knights last week, that was definitely worth it in just about every facet. You had 7 players on the Red Army team, and pretty much when you look at that pot, and your most talented player from that, or the most talented players from that pool is Bob Leary and Bernie Wasinski. You know, 3 goals is very impressive at that. Duncan and Chaquan on the face-off, deep in the Green Hornet zone. This is back to Pontello at center. We'll dump it back in the Green Hornet end. Pontello can't locate the puck. It's back to Chaquan. This is Buda. Off the stick of Washburn. Puck on the far side, picked up by Lugo into the Red Army zone. Missed pass, and it's taken away by Duncan back in the neutral zone. Todd Duncan trying to make an offensive chance for the Red Army. Misfires the pass, but gets out to Buda anyways. Just shot off to the right by Mickelson. Duncan in the back of the Green Hornet zone looking for the setup chance to Buda, and Mickelson falls on it for the save. Yeah, so far, Angelo, it has been all Red Army when it comes to the opportunities here, and Stewie Mickelson doing just about everything he can. But the Green Hornets defensively are going to need to step up and help him out a little bit more if they're going to be looking to ease the load here for Mickelson. Vic's shot contested, now taken away by Sharina. Check that, it's Mike Maury. Puck coming out of the reach of Levesque. And it's back to Walker in the neutral zone. Oliverio and company trying to keep things working for the Red Army as it's back to Masterin and gets it put in the Red Army zone. Oliverio, contested by McAvoy. And this puck coming back to Wasinski. Big chance here for Levesque as he fires a shot, knocked away by Chewy. McAvoy trying to get to the puck in time. Shot fired, defended well by Wasinski. And that's just some of the features that Bernie Wasinski has. You know, just being in that position. If you see your keeper that's just well out of the crease and zone, you just have an opportunity to get back there and be that next line of defense. Just a job well done and a very smart play there by Wasinski. This is back to Masterin. As Clyde, we've seen our first real chance for the Green Hornets here in today's game. And they're going to have to come up with a few more if they're going to be looking for some opportunities. Well, it's at the same time, too, you look at who they have out there right now. And right now, McAvoy's doing what he can. But other than that, than that, you have Omar Chikorn's line as well that has been neutralized up to this point, albeit it's only been 5 minutes thus far in the game, but you gotta wait for your opportunities to buy through and then take advantage and capitalize. Buddha off the stick of Sinkata as he misses the pass, and this one gets back out to the Red Army zone. Oh, and Larry Sinkata knew it too. If he had a hold on his stick, it might have been a good chance to take a nice shot on net. But now as the Red Army regroup, they got to regain strategy. Chikorn off the stick of Paris as it gets back in the Red Army end. Sinkata finds Pontello near side corner, looking for Duncan just out of his reach, but Duncan skates after the puck. This is in the Green Hornet zone. Duncan looking for options, will take a shot himself, blocked by Lugo. Paris in the neutral zone, clears it out into the Red Army end. Buddha picked up by Oliverio, and he's got Leary to work with. Oliverio stopping on a dime, trying to look for Buddha, and it's Mori who gets it out of the reach. Shot chance by Leary, out of shot. Hug back to Pontello, far side corner. Will wind up for the shot on net, knocked down low by Nicholson. Yeah, and with all that time, Angelo Pontello just had to take a shot himself, you know, in the situation where you're trying to find some open pass chances for your teammates. No one really open, so he takes a shot himself, and keeping it low, Mikkelsen has a chance to keep it low for the save. 5:58 in the opening period. No score here in our game of the week. Oliverio taking the face-off against Levesque. Contested by Levesque. From Vic, this is back to Makita. Makita keeping it in the Green Hornet end as it's picked up by McAvoy. Walker regroups. Makita's shot contested by Reels. Vic trying to tap in an ad shot there, but Nicholson's there for the stop. And you get chances for the Red Army, but at the same time, they have to be legitimate chances. Shooting on the side of the net is only going to get you so much. You have to take more legitimate chances, try to find a way to get more into the center of Nicholson. Most of these Red Army shots have been just on the outside corner for these Green Hornets to contain. And so face-off will reset deep in the Green Hornet zone. It's Duncan and Levesque on the face-off. Back is to Warsinski. Shot fired, knocked down by Nicholson. Rebounded by McAvoy as he's off to the races. 5:18 and rolling in our opening period as Walker slides it back out in the neutral zone. This is picked up by Duncan. In the Green Hornet zone again. Shots contested. Vic defended by McAvoy. As he's back to Pontello in the neutral zone. Looking for options quickly. McAvoy getting a piece of the puck as it's off the skate of Makita. Well, big thing there is that no one for the Red Army was on the ice yet as Makita gone on, because that could have easily been a too many men if the Red Army weren't careful. 2-on-1 for the Red Army. This is Buddha and Leary in position. Buddha looking to skate around. Shot fired and defended well by the defense. Sinkata for the rebound chance. Shot fired into Rios. Duncan will take a shot himself. Knocked off to the side, rebounded by Levesque. Levesque skating it off opposite side. This is picked up by Lugo in his own zone. Lugo contested by Pontello. Back to Pontello again. Another opportunity for the Red Army is an open Leary near side. Leary takes a shot himself and puts it through. You know, the Red Army, they just keep finding those corners. They love shooting in them corners, and that time, just a little too much reactionary skill time by Mikkelsen, and just what a good shot there by Leary. Leary sneaking it into the corner with 4:09 remaining. Leary now with his 5th goal of the winter 2020 campaign as the Red Army strikes first, 1-0 here at the North Rink of TGH Iceplex. And now it's a matter of what can they do to rebound from this. The offense has to start with something, however they can. And this is the time where Omar Chikwon's line must step up and make some plays. They have Paris as well, who has had a good season thus far in the winter 2020 campaign. I expect Mr. Paris to step up and make some plays as well. Back to Leary in the neutral zone, into the Green Hornet zone. Leary biding some time. Shot knocked down by Mickelson. Chikwon tussles for the puck with Oliverio as he gets around to Lugo. Tipped back by Walker into the Green Hornet zone. This is Maury with the puck. Pass contested high, hits off top glass, and the referees will choose to halt play. 3:23 in the opening period, a 1-0 lead for the Red Army, trying to break that 3-game skid. And so far, it has been a struggle for them, but nevertheless, they've capitalized on one of their chances thus far. Well, now it's a matter of what can they do to just continue that role again. A job well done by Bob Leary, stepping it up on the offensive side of things, and the Red Army just have to continue to find ways to capitalize. Chikwon gets the puck away from Pontello. Only Sincata back. A 3-on-1 chance for the Green Hornets. Chikwon skates around, zigzags his way, sneaks through, and ties it up for the Green Hornets. That is what you call a sick goal if you're from the young age, a wicked goal if you're from Boston, and a sick, twisted, wicked goal if you're from all three. Omar Chikwon, that's exactly what you needed to do if you were going to look to tie it up. And so just as the Red Army thought they might have had a comfortable 1-0 lead, Omar Chikwon on cue steps up for the Green Hornets and hits all 3 posts to tie it up at 1. Pontello takes this one himself in the Green Hornet zone. Shot is low. Mickelson can't locate it. The Red Army punch it through. And that is honestly a real deflator there after an exhilarating goal by Omar Chikwon. The Red Army punch it through. Pontello and the Caravan charging through onto Mickelson. Mickelson thought he had the stop there initially, but then couldn't locate the puck on the second round chance. And right there, Red Army in the right position to capitalize. And so with 2:38 in the opening period, a 2-1 lead for the Red Army. As again, they capitalize on second-hand efforts. Comes back around to Paris. This is Maury. Looking for the setup. It's back in the Red Army zone. This is Walker near side corner. Looking around to Brian Vick, gets around Maury. 2 more Green Hornets swarm in. Now it's Joe Masherin. Wersinski, defended by Masherin. This one out to the boards, intended for Vick. Stopped by Maury, keeping it in the Red Army zone. This is Lugo. Lost control of the puck. Here comes Ken Buda. 3-on-1 for the Red Army. Buda in position, skates it back to Oliverio. Can't connect with his Red Army teammate. And that time, Buda was just on the move. Oliverio trying to do a quick pass back, but that's where communication is key. If you don't know where the other players are and how their tendencies are, that can really cost you an effective opportunity. Sincata retrieves the puck, trying to clear this one out of the zone. Stop by Levesque. Sincata off the stick of Leary. Duncan trying to pick it up, but it comes back to Buda. Leary trying to go on the move. Thought it might have been an offside for a second. Buda's shot hits the right post. Rebounded by Washburn. Pontello sets up again in the final minute of the opening period. Deflected off of Lugo's stick. This is back to Levesque. Struggling as he falls on the puck, and this is back to Sincata. Shot fired, just missed off to the left side. Rebounded by Washburn and the Green Hornets trying to get on the move, and they clear it out. And sometimes maybe that's all you can do in that situation, just to get a lineup change in the mix, trying to get your right players on there. And again, with Paris and Chacon returning on the line, Green Hornets have 40 more seconds to be precise to try to tie this game up heading into intermission. Chacon to take the face-off against Todd Duncan. Puck is back to Buddha. Walker trying to get the stop on it. Here comes Chacon, another 3-on-1 for the Green Hornets. Wersinski defending it well. And that time just made it a little too predictable. McAvoy almost capitalizing on that shot. Gets around to Buddha. Out of his reach. McAvoy tangled up by Wersinski. Duncan trying to push this one out for the Red Army. He does. Here come the Red Army again. 10 seconds in the opening period. Duncan tripped up by sharpshooter McAvoy as Duncan keeps it away. Trying to get around to Buddha. Here comes Leary. One final chance. Winds up. Shots. Points. Cut. Scores with the buzzer beater. Are you kidding me? Bob Leary already with 2 goals now. But what a way to end the first period.
Look at the replay. It didn't go in.
Yeah, this is going to be I don't know where the Red Army came up with that offense right there, but that is what happens if you capitalize on a tripping penalty there. You have to try to stop the puck if you're the Green Hornets, but the Red Army capitalized on the lax effort there by the Green Hornets, and it comes back to bite them. So what a thrilling way to finish the first period. And we think it's going to be a goal, but then again, it's up to Molly Burnland and Hampton Holland down on the ice. But we'll have more information on the other side of this break. For now, first intermission, Red Army with the lead. And we're back to start the second period, and it turns out they will count the buzzer-beating goal after all. Just had to make sure through official review on commercial break that everything was all lined up, and it is confirmed. Red Army up 3-1 to start the second period. And that is a huge difference compared to what it could have been 2-1 at the start of the second period. Now with a 2-goal lead, it makes it that much tougher for the Green Hornets to try to come back. Chacon on the move. Pontello back for the Red Army. This is to McAvoy. Off the stick of Pontello, Sincata gets it out to Vic. Vic moved up by Makita. Oliveria looking for a fine chance to take a shot. Knocked away by Mickelson. Chacon off the stick of Paris as it comes back in the Red Army end. And again, if Paris has a little more control on these passes, the wonders he could have done so far, just big opportunities, but when it comes off your stick like that, it's a real deflator. Duncan working against 2 Green Hornets as this one rolls around near side. And it gets back in the Red Army end. Walker and Wersinski working quickly. Walker will take this one himself. Gets the pass off the skate of Duncan. And into the Green Hornet zone. Duncan lost control of the puck. It comes back to Mashrin. Buddha just out of the reach of Leary. Bob Leary regroups for the Red Army. Off the skate of Duncan again. And we knew that passing was an iffy situation for the Red Army, but right now here, as we can witness in the second period, it's been back and forth, but nevertheless, right now, just some unfortunate pass connections for the Red Army that could turn into beautiful chances if they connect. But back to Pontello. Out of the reach of Mashroom. Pontello looking for the shot chance, deflected by Washburn. Picked up by Sincata. Looking for a shot on net, bouncing puck. Washburn now to Mashroom, looking to clear it out. Stopped by Pontello. Red Army firing the shots on net. Washburn off the glass, stopped by Pontello. Red Army have to regroup. Pontello trying to stop play by flipping it as high as he can onto the ceiling. Well, that is certainly not the first time we've seen him done that in the Winter 2020 campaign, and call it a fad, the hockey fad, if you will. He's trying to stop something there by halting play. It can be a smart strategy when you think about it, but here, just that time, wasn't able to hit the top of the ceiling. Play still goes on. 8:54 in the second period. Red Army up 3-1 over the Green Hornets. Lugo can't connect on the puck. This is to Mastering. Shot fired on the side net. Pontello in his own end. Trying to clear it out with the backhander. Could not. Washburn with the stop. Off the boards. Duncan strips it away from Washburn, and he's off to the races. Duncan will take this one himself. Morey is back at the fence. Duncan looking for the shot chance. Nicholson looking for a save. Thought he had the puck, but play moves on. At least from all view, it looked pretty convincing that Todd Duncan might have taken a shot and Mickelson could have made the save. But again, already we see Mickelson with the puck, but then he can't hold on to it. Off the boards. Oliverio looking for Makita, just out of his reach. Far side corner. Vic back to Makita as options. Soft pass. McAvoy picks it up for the Green Hornets. 3-on-2 with Paris and Chaquan to work with. Chaquan working near side against Walker. Neutralized by Walker. Wyszynski trying to get it cleared out. Sharpshooter McAvoy almost with a chance. And the backhand of that time, it was a quick decision there by Tom McAvoy, and just unfortunately had to take a quick shot there. Didn't have enough time to set up. McAvoy. This is to Paris in the Red Army zone. Paris biding his time. Shot fired. This is back to Vic. Sets it up to Oliverio. Shot fired off by Washburn. Paris. This is Chaquan far side, charging through. Shots down. Rebounded by the Red Army. A nice charging opportunity there for the Red Army, or take that for the Green Hornets. Now another chance to rebound. Paris shot off to the right side, and a penalty upcoming on the Green Hornets. And so a little bit of a heated moment there that time. Not exactly, we didn't actually see what happened or caught on exactly on the situation, but all we saw from our peripheral view was Pontello exchanging some unpleasantries with Todd McAvoy. Not exactly sure. We'll have to check it out on the replay.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's a cross check. What is Todd McAvoy do? Why? Why would you cross check a man in their own crease? You are away from the play. Chris Paris isn't even looking for you for the pass setup. Just an absolute dirty play in my mind, Angelo. That's just absolute rubbish.
Well, we don't know what might have been said on the ice. You see Pontello look back, but that's more so to know where McAvoy was at.
Yeah, right.
Now,
right.
you do see Pontello spear
Yeah.
Todd, and that's going to be at least 5.
And regardless, though, you can't retaliate like that. You still have your team to think about. There are players that will get under your skin. That's just any time in over 50 hockey. But you can't spear a player. That's just unacceptable, and Pontello knows better.
And then the referees, like,
I
what
know.
was Molly Fernwood
Right.
looking at, Clyde?
I
My
know.
question more or less is, how did she see the spearing, but not the cross-check?
Yeah, and that's usually...
I mean, obviously you got the spearing call correct, but you had to have seen Pontello bent over as well. Nevertheless, the referees will just send Pontello to the hot box.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's usually the nature of these referees.
Essentially, they don't look at somebody who's instigating it, but they look at the one who retaliates. And that time, Pontello getting his hand caught in the cookie jar that time and getting baited in. That's going to be a real unfortunate situation. honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they look to try to give Pontello a game suspension for that as well. Well, it's going to be very interesting because, I mean, anytime there's a situation like this, it's always going to get reviewed by Commissioner John Finney. You know, they're going to see if it was absolutely worth it, you know, to give him a suspension. But again, they'll look back on it and have to review it. Morey's shot. Off to the side, Duncan. Off to the boards. And so we get official word for Angelo Pontello's 5-minute penalty is a spearing call. And that's probably the first time we've heard of such a call in a long while in the over 50 hockey league. Well, yeah, and again, you're going to look back on the video and we're going to truly see, you know, the official calling and official wording on that. But again, at the time, because we just didn't get quite the good view on that point. And that's the limited abilities we have up here in the booth. You know, we're not able to have an instant replay right in the here and then moment. We only have it for the viewers. And, you know, the viewers will make up their own mind in terms of what they saw. So face-off will be by the blue line. It's Todd Duncan and Paul Levesque. As this one gets bounced back into the Red Army end. This shot fired on net. This is back to Duncan. From Warsinski, this is coming back all the way to Mickelson in the Green Hornet zone. Let's see, for the Red Army at this point, again, without Pontello, this is going to be a situation where they're going to have to be smart about it, you know, just make sure that they're not doing anything too risky for the most part. No bold decisions. You can't really try to escape down there. You have to be smart with the puck. And so Duncan clears it back once again in the Green Hornet end. Green Hornets right now, though, Clyde, it's tough when you look at who is out there right now on their bench. And, you know, for who they have right now for the 9 players, it's tough when 2 of your 3 players are offensive prominent players. And just to finish your point there, Angelo, when you're missing Tom Maturi and Matt Serena, there's only so much you can do. And right now, it's been an absolute struggle for this Green Hornet team, especially when Oma Chikwan has to be the sole effort that punches everything and puts everything together offensively. It's really a tall order. Harris. Back is to Oliverio. This is Washburn in the neutral zone. Sincata taken away by Levesque. Gets the pass far side to Paris. Paris back to Levesque. Defended well. Puck almost snuck in there by Lugo on the shot attempt as Chewy's there for the well stop. And it was a stop well made there by Chewy. Just an excellent effort by him. You know, Green Hornets trying to be a little more sneaky, for want of a better word, to put the puck in. Sincata. Minute and a half on the major penalty for the Red Army. As this comes back around to Walker. And this one will get cleared all the way out, back in the Green Hornet end. So Red Army will make a lineup change. So referee will halt play. Not exactly sure if it was a delayed offside that time, but nevertheless. So Green Hornets just slightly confused that time about the call. As we're down on the ice, looks like it was a delayed offsides call that time, but nevertheless, Green Hornets looking to regroup quickly, down by 2 with a 49-second power play. Kicked out by Chewy, rebounded by McAvoy for the Green Hornets. Defended by Wersinski. McAvoy regroups. This is back to Buda. Buda getting it cleared back into the neutral zone. Washburn skates behind. Puck back to Sincata. Winds up for the clearance. And Mickelson gets it knocked away. Puck is back, intercepted by McAvoy. McAvoy taking this one himself. Defended by Leary. Red Army knocked him off the puck. This is out to the neutral zone to Washburn as we are back to even strength for both sides. Chicorn takes this one himself in the Red Army zone again, back to Mashering. This is Chicorn, far side. Deflected off of McAvoy's stick. Tussle up by the crease. Chicorn's wraparound shot. Knocked away. Leary and Chicorn defended well. Yeah, Chicorn didn't like the way Leary defended him that time. Almost could have been a dangerous penalty for him to take. Well, already after Pontello's alleged spearing call, the last thing the Green Hornets need from their end is somebody like Omer Chicorn to take a major penalty or a penalty in general, and that could completely neutralize their offense. Well, I mean, right now you're down by 2 goals. It's still a manageable game. You just can't have the Red Army scoring any more goals if you're going to be looking for a legitimate chance. And then on top of that, you need to work up some offensive plays. And again, when you have McAvoy and Paris and Chicorn, putting those 3 together on a line just might be your best bet. And Walker coming through to deny Levesque. It will have a price to pay as the Red Army once again have another penalty upcoming. So it'll be an official tripping call by Mark Walker. As the Green Hornets once again are on the power play. 1 minute remaining in the second period as Rios tried to wind up for the shot. Chewy gets this one kicked away. Off of Sincata. Back to Rios, deflected shot by McAvoy. Mashering almost had a chance to put it in, but Chewy is there for the stop. And now the Green Hornets trying to be a little more sneaky, trying to get those side corner shots, and Chewy won't have any of it today. And so Paris, McAvoy, and Chicorn all back on the ice looking to capitalize on this power play. 47 seconds remaining in the second period. This is where defense is key, and already when you are the team that has allowed the fewest goals on the Winter 2020 campaign, this is a time where that statistic needs to come in handy for you. Chicorn looking for the setup back to Paris. Shot wrap around. Rebounded by Chicorn. Green Hornets trying to put the pressure on. This puck back to Maury, taken by Sincata, who gets the clearance away. Smart clearance there by Sincata, and again, a much-needed clearance at that. Forces the Green Hornets to take some time to regroup. Puck off the boards, and Chewy will signal for the icing call. And so in that situation right there, I know Todd McAvoy was trying to get out of the way of the shot of the puck, but why not touch it to slow it down? You know, that's a situation where you have to take advantage of it. You're on the power play. If it was even strength, it's one thing, but I just can't imagine you trying to get out of the way of the puck that time. Face off deep in the Green Hornet zone. This is back to Buda. Shot fired off the post. Buda looking to regroup. Near side corner. Looking for options, contested by 2 Green Hornets. And Buda's not going to get a shot off. Very interesting play thus far, but a very quiet second period at that. It's going to be interesting to see how this third period turns out. On the other side of this break, 58 seconds remain in the Green Hornet power play, but more action yet to be played here in our upcoming third period here in our game of the week as the Red Army lead it 3-1. Just moments away from starting the third period. Red Army up 3-1 over the Green Hornets, trying to break a 3-game skid on their Winter 2020 campaign. Green Hornets trying to avoid going 4-4 on the season. Puck is out to Leary. Leary off the boards, connects with Buddha. Ken Buddha off to the races. 3 Green Hornets on top of him. Buddha contested by Washburn. Looking for the pass back to Oliverio, just out of his reach. Leary is back. Off to the boards, this is to Wersinski. And so with that, icing call made on that side. Face-off coming back in the Green Hornet zone. Yeah, no, you look at the situations here, and of course a couple of the calls have been, 50-50 essentially, but that time, Green Hornets, they have to be looking at trying to regroup here. And again, when they're down and they're on the power, check that, when they're on the power play right now, it should be the other way around. But that just goes to show you how well this defense is for the Red Army and how suffocating they can be if you don't capitalize the right way. This is Chiquan. Spins back around. This is off to Paris. Paris has no options. This puck rolling back to Morey. Shot fired off to the right. Oliverio. Puck stopped by Chewy. Rebounded by McAvoy. Green Hornets on the attack. Paris. Deflected by Leary. This is back to Buddha. Buddha off the boards. Connects with Oliverio. Chiquan skating back. Oliverio trying to keep alive with possession of the puck. Taken away by Chiquan. And is back to Buddha and the Red Army. You got to get possession, but again, it really hurts when your 5-star player is constantly getting neutralized by the Red Army defense. You have to find a way to set up plays, and he has been the bread and butter for this Green Hornet lineup here today. And if you neutralize Chiquan, you have to have McAvoy and Paris step up in some sort of fashion. And so another delayed offsides call made today. Clyde, I can't remember the last time we've seen so many delayed calls in one game. Yeah, but at the same time, you give credit to these referees. They're trying to make it right. They're not trying to rig the game, as some people may claim. It's one of those situations where they're trying to do everything they can to make the right call, and you have to applaud them for that. No matter what situation, no matter what league you're in, and no matter what level of play it may be. Puck is back to Morey. Intercepted by Sincata as he dumps it back in the Green Hornet zone. Off the stick of Vic. Morey and company trying to set up a play. This one bouncing off the boards. And is back in the Red Army end. Sincata trying to get it out. Stopped by Morey. Sincata off the glass. This one gets put back in the neutral zone. Reels coming after the puck. 9:09 remaining in the third period. 3-1 your score thus far. Red Army in control over the Green Hornets. Sincata just gets it out. Lugo forcing to regroup. Lugo near side center, knocked away by Chewy. Picked up by Duncan. Duncan gets around Mastering. Duncan off to the races. Has a few Red Army players to work with. Duncan over center ice. Shot fired. Hits the post. And the rebound shot just at that. And I think that was Brian Vick that put it in. So you see Todd Duncan just charging down there at the right line, back into the center. Shot, legitimate chance, hits off the post, and then Brian Vick in the right position at the right time, coming back with a rebound chance to put it in. And what a way to extend your lead. 8.5 remains in regulation. Red Army extending their lead to 3, trying to break a 3-game skid on the winter 2020 campaign. This puck stolen away by Oliverio. Back to Leary, couldn't get control on the puck. Puck comes back to Walker. Almost stripped loose by McAvoy. The puck coming back just out of McAvoy's reach as it comes back to the Red Army end. No icing called as it's out to Warsinski. Tipped away by Paris, connected with Oliverio. Working against Washburn. This is Reels. Reels gets it around to Chacorn. Trying to get through 2 Red Army defenders. Chacorn struggling to make a play as he gets back in the neutral zone. Chacorn steps up himself. Looking to skate around himself, looking for the finishing touches. Chewy gets this one knocked away. Leary. Winding up shot and glove hand save made by Chewy. And again, Angelo, this has been a very steep hill for the Green Hornets to climb when you don't have Tom Lafriri or Matt Sharina on your bench today and you have to make do with what you have. It's really a tall order at that, but nevertheless, you see the Green Hornets, they're still trying and trying to take advantage, and they're all possibilities. We've seen already that the Red Army defense, although they've held their own, some of them have been out of position, and you just have to use some smarts to gain some chances. McAvoy backhander into Sincata as Vic can't control the puck. This is back to Washburn. Chacuan skates around. This one will be taken away by Makita. Bounces off the boards, and then Mickelson will let this one go for the icing call. So as we do a quick recap on how this game has transpired thus far for the Red Army, Bob Leary continuing to improve on the winter 2020 campaign with 2 goals on his name today. Angelo Pontello with 2 assists, Todd Duncan with the goal, and Ken Buda with an assist. Meanwhile, for the Green Hornets, Omar Chacorn producing the lone goal for their squad today. And so Chewy there for the stop. The forced play to reset by the circle for the Green Hornets. And with 6:44 remaining right now in regulation, Angelo, there still is a chance for the Green Hornets to come back, but there's not going to be too many opportunities for them if the Red Army continue to play the defense they've been today. Maury off the boards intended for Mashrin. This is back to Sincata and Walker. Washburn has to regroup. Duncan digging out for the puck, and this one gets taken out by Makita. Off the boards, out the reach of Levesque. Here comes Vic by himself in the Green Hornet zone. Vic fire the shot, defended well by Washburn. This is Levesque. Levesque just out of the reach of Mashrin, gets back to Warsinski. Warsinski just out of the reach of Duncan. And now back to Duncan, courtesy of Stan Makita. Shot fired off to the side, and Mickelson there for the stop again. And again, you're going to continue to see how the Red Army just tried to shoot on both sides. We really don't see too many shots right on center, but we've seen more of those shots when it's Bob Leary and a few other players. But most of all, for this Red Army squad, they love shooting on their sides. They love trying to take their chances on the corners. And Mickelson has been stopping most of those shots today. Puck back to Washburn. Heads around to McAvoy, taken back by Buda. Puck flipped high. Walker's shot knocked off to the side. Buda looking to regroup. This one, big chance, knocked away by the Green Hornets. Chacuan trying to get this one out. This one sliding into the neutral zone. Picked up by Paris. Defended by Warsinski. This is Buda. connects with Duncan. Real skating back to defend. This is Duncan. Flips it back to Leary, just misses out of his reach. And here comes McAvoy, finds Chiquan. 3-on-1 for the Green Hornets. This one flipped around, looking for the tic-tac-toe pass. And this one goes through. With a 3-on-1 chance, you have to capitalize on those points. The Green Hornets did just that. And especially the passing was going to be key. You can't have a 3-on-1 and not have somebody take in the shot themselves. They had to move it around on Chewy. And that time, the Green Hornets exploiting on the Red Army defense. And they get another goal on the board. 4:50 in regulation. Green Hornets now cutting the deficit to 2. Trying to come back and make this a game late. As Vic slips, wind-up shot by Wersinski, deflected by Company. This is around to Oliverio for the rebound. Puck. Whiff pass by Lugo, taken away by Oliverio. Lugo in the neutral zone. Sincata defends this one well. Levesque trying to keep it in the Red Army zone. They do. Wersinski looking for options. Sincata. Just out of the reach of Brian Vick. This is Stan Mikita all alone on the right side. Buys a shot. Kicked away by Mickelson. Intercepted by Walker. Has to make sure everybody's on sides. Walker takes this one himself. Mark Walker shot fired. Kicked away by Mickelson again. And the Green Hornets right now, you see the way they're playing, and they're just absolutely gassed right now. This is a chance for them to try to come back, but already with the 9 players that they have, the only offensive threat we've seen so far here in this game today, Angelo, is the lineup of McAvoy, Paris, and Chiquan. And as soon as I mentioned that Paris and Chiquan come out, they've got to find a way to get themselves involved a little bit more in the game, because it's a do-or-die situation right now for the Green Hornets. And of course, as you mentioned, their offensive line, their Clyde, with Omer Chiquan, Chris Paris, and McAvoy today. They have to make do with what they have. But nevertheless, you have to look at some of these guys and how they produced today. Paris already on the Winter 2020 campaign has done wonders as Chewy comes up with the save. Paris already with 5 goals and 7 assists on the season has had what we would consider a breakout year. Meanwhile, for McAvoy, in just his 5th game being played today, has come up with 2 goals and 6 assists. McAvoy has been a playmaker at that, but again, you know, in those situations, you can't put 100% on the offense on McAvoy. And of course, that's why they have Paris and Chiquan in those situations. You have to find a way to equal it out as much as you can, and make sure that you balance out the offense equally. Chiquan regroups in his own zone. Duncan almost got a handle on it. Here comes Buddha all alone. Around Maury. Buddha trying to finish. Skates around, slides, but Mickelson held on to it. Did he stop it? Yeah, just what a job well done there by Mickelson. Ken Buddha trying to put the icing on the cake that time. Trying to slide the puck around. Just dangling it like a piece of fish. Or a piece of meat in front of a dog, or bait in front of a fish. And that time, Mickelson grabbed onto the bait and he wouldn't allow Buddha to take it back. That's just a job well done by Mickelson. Chiquan lets Paris get to the puck into the Red Army zone. Paris on the near side. Slides it back around, no one to finish. Reels picks it up, long range. McAvoy trying to tap this one in. Chewy defending that post well. Duncan with the rebound. And he'll get this one cleared out. Mickelson will let this go for an icing call with 2:09 remaining in the period. A very doable chance right here, but if the Green Hornets are going to maximize their chances, they have to find a way to score on this upcoming drive. McAvoy and Oliverio on the face-off. Off the boards from Chiquan. This is to Washburn. Walker. Here comes Makita, and he's got Vic to work with on a 2-on-1. Makita slides it back to Vic. Vic shot, fired it in! Brian Vic with the sharp shooting skills, and he just might have iced this thing for the Red Army. And that play brought to you by the passing sets of Stan Makita there. You know, got to give credit to this man. He just found a way. To make his first assist so magical for this winter 2020 campaign. And what a way to contribute in that moment by icing the game. So Mickelson lets this one go for an icing call. 1:32 in the game, but the Red Army at this point, it is all but done here at the TGH Iceplex North Rink. Who would have thought, Angelo, if you would have said to me in the beginning of this season that at some point we were going to witness on our game of the week a Stan Makita, Brian Vic combo for a goal, for a scoring chance, in all honesty, I probably would have laughed at you, you know, but at the same time, it goes to show you that with this Red Army team, that when everybody or mostly everyone is there, it's amazing the abilities they have to play, the way they move together on the puck, and it's very commendable by them. Brian Vic, just as Makita gets his first assist on the season, Brian Vic, the utility player from forward, defense, and goalie, gets his first goal of the winter 2020 campaign. Makita biding his time, trying to go for potentially a second assist. And it'll be taken away by Levesque. Buda is back to Sincata. Looking for Buda on the deflection. And it gets knocked away by the defense. Sincata keeps it in the Green Hornet zone as this one finally drifts out into the neutral zone, back to Walker. Off the boards, finds Makita. This is Moore, he'll take this one himself. Working against Duncan. Sincata gets it cleared back out. Lugo dumps it back in the Red Army end, scooped up by Walker. Puck is back to Maury. Maury winds up on shot and puts it back in the Red Army end. Sincata skating around with this puck. And as Sincata fires it away on the far side, the Red Army officially break the 3-game skid and another 5-2 win. Well, who would have thought that the Red Army would have once again defeated the Green Hornets by the same exact scoreline from 5 weeks ago? But again, that just goes to show you the hard work and effort they put in here today. And of course, capitalizing on the absence of Tom Lafreri and Matt Sharina. Just a good win there for the Red Army to try to get themselves in position to maintain the top spot, or one of the top spots on the standings. And so for the Green Hornets, they will drop to 4-4 on the season for the first time in 5 seasons. And now the Green Hornets will have a little bit of an uphill climb to face in the final 4 games upcoming. Well, of course, you know, as long as they're able to maintain the status right now, even at 4-4, you know, all you need is maybe another win or 2, and that could almost guarantee you a spot in the over 50 Cup playoffs. So for the Green Hornets, really nothing to worry about essentially, and it's just a matter of regrouping. And once you have those players back in Lafreri and Sharina, it's a whole different contest. Omer Chiquan with both goals today for the Green Hornets, but of course it wasn't enough. But lots to look forward to for both of these teams next week. Oh yeah, and of course for the Red Army to win in the Star they do, one more win for them will almost guarantee them a spot in the over 50 Cup playoffs. But lots to determine. Again, like you mentioned, Angelo, we still have 4 weeks left in what has been a very, very tight standing pool as what we've seen thus far. Can't wait to see how the rest of the games play out. So with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to our Game of the Week this week. You can find all our games and other media archived, uploaded on our channel, the Pontello Broadcasting Network, on YouTube, as well as our Facebook page, the TGH Iceplex Over 50 Hockey League. Or if you want more information on the standing stats and other information going around in the venue, be sure to tune into www.tghiceplex.com. So for my co-partner Clyde Roberts, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night. We hope everybody has a blessed week. Take care, everyone. We'll see you back here next time. Red Army, once again, beating the Green Hornets 5-2.